Here we go. And the bells are going off on the church, so it must be 7. All right. Says we're going. So, welcome from the crossroads of America to a talk show. We talk about guns, politics, or anything else that crosses my mind. Answer questions from the audience, either in the chat or by email at rickslife@gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com. I have a Patreon page, PayPal, and all that other stuff in the info section below. So, let me introduce my one panelist at the moment. I'm hoping others will show up. But we got good old reliable New York Outcast. How you doing?
Doing all right. Thanks for having me. Thanks for joining us.
I don't know what happened to my our other regular Patriot in the Dark, but he doesn't come anymore, Anyway, welcome to, as I put in my title, Season 1, Episode 1 of Rick's Life as I See It Midweek Report. Great fancy title, but I don't know if it has much substance. But basically, maybe I should retitle it yet again. But basically, what I was going to do was I wrote a couple of things down since Saturday, what's caught my eye, and I thought, talk about it. Save me waiting until Saturday. Basically, if something's really interesting, I might bring it up again on Saturday. But anyway, let me introduce my. Well, I've already introduced him. Let's go down and see who's in the chat. First in was Kingpin, then 2 Live Moo. New York Outcast doing double duty because he's here too. Then we got, who else we got in here? Kevin in New York, the gun snob. So people are starting to trickle in. So while we're waiting to see if anybody else shows up, I thought it was funny. But I don't know if you got, I still haven't gone down my second cousins or whatever he is, to get me some decent half-ass tires yet.
Isn't that your kin and you don't even know what he is?
He's my second cousin.
Come on, man.
Yeah, because he's my first cousin's son. So that makes him my second cousin, right? So it gets confusing. I got so many relatives. But I got to go down there and see him. He's got I saw him a couple of weeks ago. He said, "I got your tires." He said, "I got tons of them down here." And he said, "I got some really good ones too that came off he said he had a couple of totaled vehicles he got hold of, which were only, they had good tires on them when they got totaled. I said, that
well, the tires are so good. Why'd they get in the accident?
I don't know.
He might be trying to set you up, man.
Could be. But if the price is right, I'll take them. Anyway, back to my funny story that I thought. I don't know if you guys heard me. The reason I'm doing it is I've got a slow leak in the front right tire. That slow leak, it's been going on well over 2 years. I have to put air in that tire at least once a week. It's a very slow leak. Except for today. I put air in it yesterday. I put 35 pound in it. Right? And this morning, when I woke up, it just had 12 pound in it. It was almost flat. So I put more air. I put some air in it just to get me down to my friend's house where he's got the big compressor and stuff. Anyway, we're down there and I'm looking at it. He says, and he said, let me check this. I mean, he got out his little water bottle and started squirting all over my rims and stuff to see if it was leaking somewhere. Then he squirted water on the actual valve itself, and it started bubbling. And he got his tool out, and the thing turned almost a full turn. The the valve pin what do you call it inside was loose. So that's all that's been wrong with it for the last 2.5 years.
A loose valve.
I thought it was funny, you know. But
funny.
hey,
That is funny.
we got another panelist here, Squibload. How you doing?
Hey,
That's good. I know you're more likely at work, so if you don't answer, I understand. All right. Actually, though, what I do have, I done a little bit of research. Now, I don't guarantee I'm 100% correct, but it's actually got to do. It's got something I mentioned. Was it last week or the week before? To do with living in government subsidized housing or whatever. Hey, I got to call them. I called them. They said they were going to send me an application. I said, great. Gave them my address. It's been a week and a half, and I still ain't received it yet. So I'm going to call them again tomorrow. I just talking about this made me think about that. Anyway, and I was talking about, can they stop me from having my guns there or anything? And according to, from what I can tell, that there's most under the law or under the Constitution, they can't stop you from having firearms in your place in your home. I'm not saying the state won't try it or the place that's doing it won't try it, but there is no law for, that stops you from owning firearms. So I just wanted to mention that in case anybody was interested. Plus, if you're getting Social Security or anything like that, I mean, they can't stop, like in the government housing, because they're subsidizing you because you're low income. They can't stop you from having firearms. I just wanted to mention that. Oh, and another thing, this is for Squib. Now, another thing, I looked at everything I could find. I spent a good hour and a half on a computer the other day looking this up, trying different websites and checking one site against the other. The constitutional carry or the permitless carry here in Indiana. If you came down from Michigan, you can carry here open or concealed in Indiana without a license. It's as long as you are not a prohibited person. I couldn't find anything anywhere to say otherwise. So there you go. And even if you did have a Michigan carry permit, that is recognized here in Indiana anyway. So as long as you got a permit, you can carry. I mean, you can carry open or concealed. So I just wanted to throw that out there, let you know. All right, what else have I got on my thing here?
well, let's see. If you can afford guns and you can afford to pay your own bill for your rent, you don't need my tax dollars to subsidize it. And nobody should have to have a permit to carry a gun. If you choose to get one that's your choice, then nobody should have to have a permit to open or conceal carry a gun anywhere in America.
I agree. I absolutely agree with you.
And if you read the law, it says resident. It does not say anyone. It says residents. So that's the part of the law that is, I'm going to say, is fishy.
No.
Why does it say Indiana residents? In the law, that's what it states. It doesn't say anyone.
It says in there. It also says non-residents.
I didn't see that. So
No.
I'll have to go, I guess, spend 90 minutes on the internet. I'm not saying you're wrong or right, or I'm right or wrong. I'm just saying that last time I go through there, I wasn't going to risk it. I wasn't going to risk it.
I totally understand. And I said, from what I can find out, that you're good to go, but I could be wrong. I might have missed it, but I read it as residents, anybody who's not a prohibited person can carry in this state without a permit. So that's how I read it. Anyway, next thing I wanted to mention also, in case you're interested there, Squib, I know it leaves a bad taste in your mouth, but the NRA is coming back to Indianapolis in April. Same building.
What leaves a bad taste in my mouth?
Well, I've just thrown that out there to my chat crowd too. Because a lot of people don't like the NRA.
I love the NRA. They're fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Everybody who says that they're crap and join the GOA or 2AAF or FPC, all those other acronym organizations are the same as the NRA. They're literally the same. They all want your money, and none of them want gun control to go away. They're necessary evils. Join one, join all, don't join any at all. I don't really care.
Yeah, but the NRA is coming back to Indianapolis in April.
Yeah, I'll be there. Outcast won't, but that's because he wants everybody to come to him.
Yeah, that's too far for him to come. You could drive it in a day, in less than a day. Fork out some money.
I'm not giving them my money.
Fork out some money and stay in a hotel right there. So, yeah, I'm more likely to go too.
Well, yeah, you will. It's close to home. If it was 2 states over, you wouldn't be there.
No, you're right. You're right. I'll be coming with my scooter, so you can all walk behind me as I plow my way through the crowd.
Damn right. That's what I'm looking forward to. I hope you run over somebody.
Yeah.
You know what would be funny? There'd be somebody with a limp, right? And they're not moving fast enough. You run them over, and they're like, "Hey, man, I got a limp." And you'd be like, "Look, bitch, I'm in a scooter."
Yeah, that's right.
I'd like you to go down that flight of stairs again, but this time I want to do a YouTube short. So I'll make sure I have my camera on portrait, not landscape, and I'll post that one for everybody.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I would do that again because I'm surprised with my big old fat ass on it that it didn't snap in half when I hit the ground. Because when I took it, I used it. I think I mentioned it on Saturday. I used it Friday when I went to Walmart, and I took it apart and put it in the bed of my truck to carry it. And all that's holding it has a 4-point sort of plug that snaps into from the back where the back wheels and motor is to the front part. And it's got 2 little hooks that hook on the frame and that 4-point plug. And that's the only thing holding it together. I'm quite surprised it didn't snap when I came off of those steps a couple of years ago. But anyway, so I'm more likely will be there too. So if you want to see the great, irresistible Rick's Life as I see it, I will be there. God willing, and the creek don't rise. On the Saturday, more than likely. So, okay. So we got that out of the way. I got now. What was the next thing I was going to do? Oh, yeah. This is a little bit of, a couple of them come through. It's 2A related stuff. Like, did anybody see that in California? That the Governor Newsom signed a bill banning all 2A or gun-related apparel for anyone, for any youths. I don't know what age youth goes up to, but if you got a kid and he's got a Smith & Wesson, you wouldn't be. He's not allowed to own a Smith & Wesson T-shirt or anything like that, or a hat, or anything with that kind of stuff on it. And it's meant to cover everything.
That's bullshit, man.
That is bullshit. My question
Bullshit.
is, like, I'm not saying they have them in California. They might have up in Northern California, because up in Northern California, they're a bit more red up there. But take how about a school skeet team who are sponsored by somebody and they have, the name of the shotgun shells they're using on their shirts or jackets or whatever they're wearing. Theoretically, that's not allowed anymore under this law. I just happened to. I read it. Then I saw it on a YouTube thing as well.
This has to do with kids attending California public school.
It's got nothing to do with school. It's anybody.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work. Then he, the only reason he might be able to pass a law like that or get a law like that unlawfully enforced or something like that is because the people there let him. That's why I tell all these people in California who want to say, "Oh no, man, I'm pro 2A, I'm pro freedom, I'm not for this, I'm not for that, I'm not." You just don't understand. Yeah, I understand completely. You're not. You're not really, or you're silent, or you're the only one in your family who's that way, and you stay in California because you don't want to leave your family. But they're fucking you every chance they get. So whatever. He gets away with this because nobody puts him in check. That's all it is.
Yeah, and they had the chance to recall him.
Doing it dry.
They had a chance to recall him, and they fucking all chickened out on the fucking thing, and he got to stay in. Which I thought was goddamn stupid. But anyway.
Yeah, no, that's bullshit. That's straight bullshit.
That is.
I mean, who the hell are they to tell you what your kid can wear? I mean, what is youth? 21?
I don't know.
I mean, you're telling me a 16-year-old can't go out and buy his own damn T-shirt to wear around town? I mean, that's ridiculous.
I would imagine they're saying 18 and over is an adult.
Well, even that, I've known people that were emancipated at 15. I mean, they ended up, had their own apartments. So I don't understand that. I mean, you can be emancipated and take care of a child, but you can't wear a T-shirt.
This is a California law that Newsom signed. It was actually HB 2571. If you're interested,
somebody needs to smack that dude.
You need to go protest in California.
Oh no, they're not going to do that. They're all afraid that if they go protest, they'll get arrested or everybody will know who they are. Oh, there's so many of us. There's millions of us, but you just don't understand. Yeah, I understand. You guys don't show up to vote. You don't get involved. You don't speak out. You don't this. I'm not saying you've got to go door to door and preach like a Jehovah's Witness or put your job in jeopardy, because out there you need a good paying job to live because everything's so damn expensive. But I think it's just more the silent majority crap. If there really are that many people out there that are conservative or pro Second Amendment or sick of the taxes or all the illegals or the homeless problem or all the other garbage, then do something about it. And the way you do something about it is you get involved and you show up to vote. And maybe there's certain relatives that you don't have that conversation with because you don't want to ruin Thanksgiving dinner. But all right, I'll put you this way. If my mom and my dad constantly voted to fuck me over, and every time we talk politics, it turned into a fight, or we just agreed to disagree because they're never going to change and I'm never going to change, and they're saying, please stay because I need somebody to take care of me. Please stay because I don't want to have to travel to come visit you. Please stay because I'll miss you or whatever. I'd be like, no, fuck you. Fuck you because you're making this place someplace I don't want to stay. You should have thought about that the last time you voted and the time before and the time before and the time before. But no, they'll stay because, I understand it's a commandment. Honor thy mother and father and whatever. I'm going to go burn in hell for that one. But all I'm saying is at a certain point when you become an adult, it's a two-way street to some extent. So just keep staying for mom and dad. Go ahead. Stay for your cousins and your aunts and uncles and all these other people you just can't bear not to see on a regular basis because, you can't travel or anything. That's impossible. Just keep staying. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and I bet those same cousins and sisters and brothers, if they had the opportunity to leave, they're fucking gone. They don't give a shit about you.
Or mom or dad. Or let's say California went the other way and mom and dad didn't like it, and they could just move over to Nevada or Oregon to get the same sort of, or whatever the hell it was, right?
Yeah.
They'd be like, oh yeah, we know we told you to set down roots here and really, embed yourself because we don't want you to leave. But yeah, we're leaving. You'd be like, wait a minute. 10 years ago, you said, well, we can't do
Or
that.
even worse yet, you find out they're Glock people.
Not in California. They're all outlawed.
Okay, I worded it wrong. Kingpin looked it up. The law doesn't ban people from wearing shirts. The law applies fines to companies that try and sell youth appeal branded with firearm stuff in the state of California.
Well, that's almost a pointless law. That's seriously
That's
a
totally
pointless
different.
law.
And
That's 180 off.
it's $25,000 an item. So if you sent 100 Smith & Wesson T-shirts there, and they realize you're doing it in youth sizes, that's 25,000 times 100.
Okay, there's a simple way to deal with this, and it doesn't involve the people of California because fuck them. They won't get off their ass. If you're Midway USA and you've got T-shirts, if you're Hornady Ammunition and you have T-shirts, if you're Smith & Wesson and you've got T-shirts, if you're Glock in the Glock store, you got T-shirts, you put in there, cannot sell in the state of California. And then what you do is you also don't sell any of your other stuff. And then when they go on YouTube and they bitch and go, yeah, Brownells won't ship to California because we've got some fucked up law, but they won't ship anything. This is what you guys get. This is what you guys get for not getting off your ass. You don't want this stuff banned. You don't want these companies to stop doing business with you. Then get off your ass. Otherwise, if I was a store, I'd be like, you know what? F it. I'm not saying anything to California. Screw them. I don't care.
Well, that's what a lot of them
How
do
can
now.
they get away with discriminating against vertically challenged people? There's a lot of short people. There's a lot of small statured people. What's to say some mother, 110 pounds doesn't want a T-shirt and it fits well in a youth size? I don't know.
Well, she won't be able to buy it in California.
Well, isn't that discrimination?
Absolutely.
Aren't they all about that?
Hey, back to what Squib said. You voted the fucker in. You're
Hey, I didn't vote him in.
The California House and the California Senate passed the fucking law and passed it on to Newsom to sign.
What if a parent decided to buy a shirt like that for their child? They can't buy one in the state?
So it sounds to me like the law is against the manufacturers or distributors if they import them into California. So drive across the border to Arizona or Nevada or Oregon, buy the shirt, let them get your sales tax revenue, and then come back and, I don't know, maybe scanned image of a receipt on your phone at any given time. So if there was some overly zealous cop who decided to enforce this, which would be a total waste of their time and a waste of our tax-paying money, you can show them I bought it in Oregon. I didn't buy it here. But even then, it's not against you. So it sounds to me like you can wear these things all day long, but nobody's going to ship them into California. So go to another state and buy it. There you go. That's how people in California, if you don't want to go vote or get involved or make your voice heard because you're a bunch of cowards, then go spend your money in another state and make the state lose your tax revenue.
Yeah, that's right. But Kingpin says that they could work around it by relabeling. Don't use the term kid or youth size. I don't know if you can get away with that.
There you go.
There you go. You would think that a parent or somebody could still buy one in a smaller size. It just can't be marketed to kids or something.
Yeah,
what you're stating. So how can they state whether your parent bought it or you bought it?
It has nothing to do with who bought it. It has nothing to do with who bought it or who's wearing it. It's the company shipping it into California that gets penalized, not the owner, not anything like that. It's, what are they literally going to do? Stop you and go, where did you get that shirt? Oh, I bought it at the store on the corner. Then they go down to the store on the corner. Who imported these into California?
Yeah. Then these T-shirt companies I mean, like Smith and Wesson don't make their own T-shirts; they have somebody making them for them. But where I'm going is because California says no, you can't do that. They're not going to change the labeling just to satisfy California, unless California was their biggest consumer. Which I doubt it is, because everybody's scared of guns in California. So anyway,
Well,
It
they
sounds
don't
like
even
a-
wear shirts in California. I mean, you guys have seen Baywatch. It's all, it's all swimming suits and sandals and shit. They don't wear
yeah,
shirts.
kicking sand in your face type stuff.
This
it's
is nothing. It's like one of them feel good laws.
Yeah, that's exactly it, Outcast. It's a feel-good law. It really amounts to nothing. It's BS. They can't enforce it. If anything, it's going to cost them a very small amount of tax revenue, and it's not going to affect a thing. Somebody would be able to get one. Maybe they can't have it shipped in now. So if they actually do leave their state and go to a free state on vacation, they could buy one. Or they could have somebody coming out to visit them because they like Disneyland and the beach to come bring it to them. And it sounds to me like if you wear it, you own it, you're not affected. If what you're telling me, what Kingpin's saying is, if that's the way it is, which makes more sense. That means it's a feel-good law. They don't have to they don't have to spend any money enforcing it. They don't have to worry about any pushback from the public. If anything, it's just going to be like, look at me, I'm doing something, but he's really doing nothing. But it's the principle, though. It's the principle that these people, they don't care. They don't care about their rights.
Yeah, but I mean, yes, it's feel good, but I feel that why should the young child, right, be denied to wear a T-shirt that he might like?
He's not being denied.
Well,
It has nothing to do with.
He
No,
can't buy it in California.
he can buy it somewhere else. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, but a kid of 14 is not going to jump in his dad's car and drive across the state line to buy one.
No, but when he's on family vacation with mom and dad because they decide to go somewhere else, even though they have everything in California, what do you need to go on vacation for? And that's when you buy it. Or you have, Uncle Phil coming in to visit you guys. Hey, can you bring me a medium Smith & Wesson T-shirt in black? No problem.
Yeah. I mean, I know you can do that, but we're talking. Hey, if they won't vote the fucker out, do you think they're going to go to that trouble to going out of state once a year to buy one?
I'm not saying that. Okay, see, you're making it about let's drive 800 miles to buy a $10 shirt. No, this is something you do while you're there. It isn't. You're not listening to
Yes,
me.
I am. I mean, personally, myself, why in the fuck would if I won't do anything in my own state, why would I go on vacation somewhere else?
Rick, I think you're looking at it, your life as you see it. Your life as you see it is you only drive to the doctor and back. You might go to Indianapolis every other year, but that's just it. There are some people that actually drive or fly other places.
I used to, but as I got older, I got less. The last time I was in Indianapolis was at the NRA show in 2019. I ain't been there since because I have no need to go there. My life is nice and simple, the way I like it. Why do I need to do anything else when I have your tax dollars giving me everything I need?
I know, man. It's a motherfucker. Now you want to get even more with that those government it'll be like some sort of detention center or something.
Yeah, I'm thinking of applying for again too. EBT card. See if they're
You motherfucker.
But I've been denied. I've been denied for the last 2 years because they say I earn too much.
Well, what you need to do is you need to have 8 babies with 8 different guys. That's how you get it. Or both of you can be married and be in your early 20s and look physically fit, and you just have to tell them that there's something wrong with you, and they'll just give you all that free money.
Yeah. But anyway, back to 2A. Did you guys hear that the three judge panel upheld the bump stock ban in Washington, D.C. District Court? So they've got so many days to see if they're going to appeal it, take it up to the en banc. From what
That's
I
bullshit,
understand.
man.
Now this is the one that was filed by the Firearms Coalition or whatever it's called thing. So that was another one I found out about today. And what was another one? Oh yeah, you guys up in Michigan. What you call it? I see the Second Amendment Foundation slapped a lawsuit on your government for depriving 18, 20-year-olds from carrying a firearm.
I wasn't aware that they couldn't.
No, they can't.
Really? When
Yeah.
did that happen?
I don't know.
When you
Yeah,
were
me
eating
neither.
Cheetos,
I guess so.
That's when you were out on vacation in Las Vegas buying youth T-shirts for everybody.
I guess so. I'm going to call BS on that law.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you got the first one in California wrong, so I don't know, man.
No, I could, but I think I'm close to it. What I was saying.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, but if they see, the problem is these states, especially, and these judges are putting their nose up to the Supreme Court. And it's going to take. I mean, all these laws should change. But it's going to take time and money, and that is the problem. So, but no, I think you'll find that this one is happening. Let's see if Kingpin's on the ball and see if I said it right. Yeah, then what was the other one? There was another one that I heard today. What in the hell was it? It was so you got the Michigan, you got California, and the Washington and I got all three that I heard about today.
Hey, let's see here if I can do two things at once with this stupid phone. A person without a concealed pistol license may legally open carry a pistol as long as they are 18 years of age and have lawfully purchased the pistol in accordance with MCL .28.422. Without a CPL, you may not carry a firearm that belongs to someone other than yourself. And that's the law that it's been around since, for a while now.
I think they passed the law a year or so ago saying 18 to 20s can't carry.
I'm going to say bullshit.
I'll have to look it up for Saturday. I'm not going to do it right now.
I'm pretty sure they passed a law that all Americans have to eat homemade mac and cheese at least once a year.
I expect something like that. You coming from the state you live in, you're living in a commie state like.
Oh, it's your state too, Rick. So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You gonna move back to the Queen, or are you gonna eat the mac and cheese?
Would I eat the mac and cheese if I had to? I would say throw my ass in jail. You ain't gonna tell me what I can eat and can't eat. If I don't want to eat mac and cheese,
have you seen Bubba?
I have to.
I don't think you've seen Bubba.
So, yeah, they're more than likely serve me up mac and cheese in fucking jail because it's an easy out of a box too, because that's an easy meal to do. I was actually mac and cheese. No. I was thinking about mac and cheese today because somebody. I don't know if it was homemade. You were. I don't know if it was homemade or out of a box, but somebody had some down at the diner today. That's what made me think about it. They had mac and cheese on the side. It wasn't my table where I was sitting, but somebody else in the restaurant. I heard them asking for it. I went, oh, my God. real people don't eat mac and cheese. You know, so that's all I'm saying. It's the now. I ain't going into it. I'm not. We go in this discussion all the time. I don't eat mac and cheese, and that's the end of it. So, all right. What else do I?
Okay, Rick, as picky of an eater as you are, how can you be that fat?
Because I eat a lot of junk food.
Oh,
I eat a lot of junk. I eat a lot of junk stuff in between meals and a lot of it's had to do because before I had my hips done, I couldn't move around, so I would sit and watch TV and do that. That's how I got so big. I've always been a big kid anyway, but this is how I got so big. But then I got hurt, which didn't help me any. But I'm not a picky eater. I just don't like mac and cheese. I don't like mac and cheese, and there's certain vegetables I don't like. But I'm not a fish eater. I eat fried fish, and I will eat sort of like if you cooked it over a grill or something, sort of like a trout or something like that. But everything else, I'm not really into it. Don't eat shrimp cocktail or anything like
The
that.
list just keeps going and going and going.
I don't eat fish. I don't eat shellfish. I don't eat any of that crap. I don't like it. But I'm not a fussy eater. I eat a hamburger every day. If you served me up a hamburger, I could eat it every day.
Salads,
365 days a year.
vegetables.
What?
Vegetables.
I like Brussels sprouts, green beans. I said there's certain vegetables I don't like, but I like Brussels sprouts, green beans, collard greens. Believe it or not, I like collard greens. Yeah. What else? Yeah. Corn. What else? Tomatoes. But that's a fruit, really, but you get it in the produce counter. Trying to think. I'll eat lettuce in a salad. I eat carrots. I prefer them cold. I don't like cooked carrots too much. Because normally, if somebody, like, even if I buy cheap ass can of vegetable soup, because heat it up, I will pick all the cooked carrots out of it. Because I don't like it.
You don't like them that much that you're going to take the time to pick out those little chunks of carrot.
Well, yeah. Well, I just when I'm dipping my spoon in, I just.
Oh, you're a picky ass eater, man.
So, but most of the stuff I do like isn't any good for me. That's how I turned out to be so fat. But yeah. But, name something, and I'll tell you whether I eat it or not. See, another thing got to do with it is I know it's terrible, and it's not. It's an excuse. It's not a reason. It's an excuse. I'll cook meals, but a lot of times I'll just cook quick, simple junk food just because it's quick and easy and get it out of the way. Kingpin, cooked carrots are trash. I'm with you there, Kingpin. And he
might be more picky than you are. So that's not a
defense
fair
comparison
like
carrots either. I like raw carrots too, Defense Dad. I mean, I have no problem grabbing a carrot and munching on it when it, right out of the fridge.
So you don't like a cooked carrot like in a crock pot stew?
No, don't like it.
Oh my goodness!
But I said, wash me off some carrots out of the fridge. I'll sit there and eat them, no problem. I like them.
Take your ass back.
I eat celery that way.
England.
You know, I don't like sweet potatoes, but that's another
You
thing.
don't
I
like
didn't know.
sweet
I don't like sweet potatoes.
What's wrong with sweet potatoes?
I don't know.
Seriously, those things are like candy when they're done right. Like what?
Eh.
How do you not like sweet potatoes?
I like sweet potato pie, but actually serving me up sweet potatoes on the side, it just doesn't do it for me. See, another thing too, like I don't know. I mean,
It's like saying you like macaroni but you hate spaghetti.
I like
It's the same
I
damn
like that
thing,
stuff.
man.
You know, I mean, good example here. Here you go. It's like when if you're a lot of people eat applesauce with pork, right? I mean, I'll eat the pork, then I'll eat the applesauce later as like a dessert. I can't mix the two. Sweet. I mean, having something sweet. I mean, like people. I mean, one of the breakfast specials down at the diner on, you know, I can't remember what day it is, but it's like pancake. You can either have pancake or bacon or sausage, right? And you got your bacon on the plate and your bacon, then they pour syrup all over it. You don't put syrup with bacon. I
Are
mean,
you shitting me?
That's just not done.
Dude, sometimes I will intentionally cook bacon late at night when nobody's around so I can eat it all myself. And right as it's about done, you dump in a little syrup, and until it starts bubbling, pull it out. Be careful because that stringy stuff it's like candy. It'll make a mess. And when you set it down, that is some good stuff, man. That is slamming. If you haven't tried it, try it. It's slamming.
When I do order that at pancake and bacon, not all the time, but when I do, I ask for a separate plate, and I'll scoop the.
I bet you do.
The
you give them
off
hell,
the plate.
don't you? I can only imagine what those waitresses say about you, Rick.
Hey, I tip them.
Yeah, I hope you do.
I give them $1. You know. So there we go. Yeah, I'm not fussy. I just like what I like.
Bullshit.
$1?
Yeah.
Damn, you might actually be cheaper than Outcast. Well, I don't think he tips.
Oh, I tip.
Well,
way better than Rick.
Hey.
So usually around 20% because it's easier to figure out than the 18.
Think about it.
Unless you're really good.
I'm giving him $1.
You never know.
My meal cost me less than $6. I give him $1. That's 20%. That's 20%.
I got like a $2 minimum.
Hey, that's 20. That's 20% on the total with the tax. I'm not deducting the tax, then giving them the 20%, which some tight ass people do.
When they're bad, you just leave 2 pennies.
Dude, there's like a minimum tip. The meal could be free, and there's like a minimum tip. Leave $1.
You're talking about not when you pay with cash.
$1? No, I don't mean the 15 or 20% gratuity that you're there figuring it out, or when they automatically put it on there, they don't get an extra tip. When it actually says on the bill, we automatically have added 20 or 15% gratuity, I'm not adding any extra. Fuck them. It's up to me to decide whether or not to leave a tip and how much. Maybe it's 15%, maybe it's 20, maybe it's more than 20% if they're exceptional. But even if the meal is under $10, $1. If I was a server and I seen $1 tip there, I'd probably wad it up and throw it in your face and tell you to go fuck yourself.
Hey, now Defense Dad, that I do that all the time. If they don't give me a separate plate, Defense Dad said, why the hell would you disrespect bacon with putting syrup on it? I wouldn't even put syrup on my pancakes until the egg and bacon are gone. Exactly. Yeah.
Got some weirdos out there, man. Weirdos. There's nothing wrong with syrup on your sausage, bacon, and pancakes or waffles or whatever you got going on there. That's
Okay.
it's all goodness. And in the end, you know what? It's all going to the same damn place. I mean, you guys are like those little kids that need a divided plates because you don't want your food to touch. I mean, get over it, Cupcake. You don't mix like your vegetables and your potatoes. That's freaking slamming. But no, you want to cry. And, what the hell's wrong with you people?
Yeah.
So
well,
what
I
you
give it-
do is you get your syrup on the side, right? You get your 3 eggs over easy. You get your 3 pancakes, and you get your 3 pieces of bacon all on the same plate, touching. And what you do is you break the yolks on the eggs, and you let that shit run over to your pancakes and soak into your pancakes. You let the grease from the bacon soak into the pancakes. Then you pour syrup over top of all of it. And then you just wolf it down. And then let out a good burp if it was a decent meal.
That's disgusting.
And then you leave like a 6, 7, 8, maybe a $10 tip.
Yeah. Oh, Kingpin says, I'm unsubbing and reporting this stream for hate speech. No, it's no, I don't eat runny eggs. I'll eat eggs, but I don't like runny eggs. The only way I like runny eggs is a soft boiled egg where you crack the top and you cut your toast into strips and dunk it in it.
That's so damn British.
That's the only way I eat soft eggs. Otherwise, they got to be, if they're fried, I want them either scrambled, or an omelet type, or hard, or if you fry it, I want it solid hard, both sides. You know?
He likes it hard. You heard that.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you. I'm not a fan of runny eggs either. They're not horrible, but some people just underdo it, and it's not even warm and stuff, and it's just like a booger on the plate, and that's no good, man. I prefer their, not runny.
Yeah. I mean, one of the guys at our table has sunny side eggs up every goddamn day. And, the yolk's running everywhere, and he has 4 pieces of toast, and he slops it in its toast in it and wipes it up. And, oh, God.
That's actually good, but I'm still not a fan.
Yeah,
it's good. It's damn good.
Yeah. Anyway, how did we get on the food? Oh, because I don't like mac and cheese. You all pick on me. Yeah.
I thought you were reporting on your dinner habit.
I can't remember what we were talking about now. Yeah. Hey, every time I go down, I used to go down there 5 days a week. So $1, I mean, I normally give between $1 and $2. Normally, if I have the lunch special, which is around $7 or $8, I normally give $2. But when I'm eating just the breakfast special, $1. Yeah.
I've left a bigger tip off one drink than you have going down there for a week.
Absolutely.
In some cases, close to 2 weeks. But that's like the first drink, and then you should see them tip over backwards to be like bop, bop, bop. Just bring you whatever the hell you want the rest of the night.
That's how we do it in Las Vegas. There are a bunch of these old rich fuckers out there spending all their freaking Social Security and their kids' inheritance at the slot machine, just pouring it in. And the cocktail waitress will come by and they'll order a drink, and they'll come back with a drink, and they either won't get a tip or they get $1, right?
Yeah.
And they'll just sit there, smoking their carton of cigarettes, sipping on their Shirley Temple or whatever the hell it is, right? And the cocktail waitress come over to us, and she'll look all like, man, I'm on my feet all day, and all this, these cheap old fucks will put $100 in a slot machine, won't give me $1, right? We'll give them a $10 tip, and they'll be back again and again and again. Walk right past those geriatrics that won't pay them. They'll make $100 off of us in no time. But for what they charge at the bar for drinks, we're still making out like bandits.
Well,
the same thing will happen at a bar too. Like, you'll get service. Everybody else, like, they'll even, make the drink for somebody else and hand it over to you.
Well,
and a lot of times they'll even give you doubles because they want you messed up and happy. So if
I'm
you,
going
if
to
you can
use some.
control yourself, it's a good deal.
I'm going to use some of your stuff here, Squib. I mean, like, wait, I've been on my feet all day, and all they give me is $1. Nobody forced you to take that fucking job as a waitress. Go get a better job if you don't like what you're getting.
That's true, but when they bring you one drink and you go, hey, they've been over to Squibload and don't call me Mr. Squibload like 5 times in an hour and they haven't come back to me, there's a reason why.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You more than likely got a point. But, yeah, what can I say? I get good service down at the diner. You know, they like us down there. We make because it's normally young girls that serve. When I say young, they're in their 20s, a lot of them, and I guess us old codgers down there that we make them laugh. That's why they like serving us.
I bet you do.
So
Old guys are probably down there hitting on them all the time, making jokes and talking about taking them away to the islands and stuff, huh?
then leave them $1.
All I got to do is wait for this guy to die, and then I've got his fortune. Then he leaves $1 and goes, oh, well, guess that dream went up in smoke.
All right. So, damn, how we waste my time on that topic? You know?
Well, you got some serious business to address, or what?
No. It just, I was going to talk.
How's that corn coming?
I was going to talk. I ate some. Was it, what's today? Wednesday, Monday. And what's left out there hasn't taken very well. They're real skinny and they're not very long. They're very short. So, I mean, some of it didn't take very well. So, I think what it is, I think I didn't put enough fertilizer or stuff like that in the soil for it to have.
How was the one you grew? How'd it taste?
Oh yeah, it was great. It was. I mean the actual what do you call it? The thing it was called peaches and cream was the corn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was nice. The ones. Out of what I grew, I got maybe. I think it was sort of like I would call it 6.5 corns out of it. The half.
How would you compare it against what you bought at the store? It grew out
about this tall, but when I peeled it off, half of the corn didn't grow. Yeah. So it was like a little half stubby, you know.
How would you compare it against corn at the store?
Oh, a hell of a lot better.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was good stuff. I mean, I slapped it in butter, salt. Oh, man.
Did it feel good eating that corn that you grew yourself?
I bit in it, and the juices squirted up all over my glasses. You know, nice. It was good. You know?
Making me hungry, Rick.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. You know? So, but next year I'm gonna get some more, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Like moss peat fertilizer, that kind of stuff. A couple of big bags of it and put it in the ground there. Because I did find out corn, because most farmers will normally alternate their fields. And actually, I've noticed that. I never really noticed it before, but this year I did. Is if they had corn in it, if they grew corn in it last year, they're actually growing soybeans in it this year. And next year, they're flipped back to corn and put the soybeans in a field they were growing corn on this year. It's something because corn takes all the shit out of the soil to grow, all the nutrients.
I'll be honest. You thought those farmers were drunk and just planted it wherever the hell they planted it. Huh?
Yeah, but there was a method to their madness.
Oh, there is.
Yeah, hey, but the way things are going, won't be having any farmers growing any food for us. We'll be importing all our stuff, and we'll be standing in line at the grocery store to get a loaf of bread and your all your food, because we're becoming a third world country. Because Bill Gates owns most of the land now, and he don't want to grow anything in it. And what gets me is here in Indiana, and I don't blame the farmer to a certain degree. The green gang paying farmers to put all their land into solar panels. I'm talking acres and acres and acres. Are nothing but solar panels. And all that soil that could be used for growing crops for the country or the world, gone. So.
Yeah, people got to start doing more gardens themselves, be more self-reliant. So.
Hey, what have I been preaching for the last year and a half? But next year, I'm going to do corn. I'm going to try the green beans like I said I was going to do this year. I'm going to try the corn, the green beans, and I'm going to do a couple of tomato plants and see how that goes. And I was thinking, I want to grow watermelons as well, but watermelons have a tendency to spread out and go everywhere. And the contractor they use for the lawn mowing, I reckon if it's on the grass, he'll just run right over it.
I told you about staking some chains to the ground. All you gotta do is ask the guy not to go in your garden. And if he does, well, yeah, too bad for him.
Yeah. Yeah, true. I could do that. Or spend the time to train them to keep growing back into the flower bed, where I'm planting them. But that takes a commitment of looking at them every day.
Well, you probably have to mess with them a little bit now and then anyway. Yeah, weeding, and if you're doing melons, it's good to bed them on something so they don't get all mushy and funky on one side.
That's a good idea, Raphael. I should plant enough corn for I can start a still, make corn liquor. What do you think? Make some
Corn
money.
Pop was a bad dude.
He is. He's so. Oh, Defense Dad says you have to be willing to go turn those watermelons regularly, too, or they won't grow right. Hey, I don't want anything that gives me too much work. So watermelons might be out. Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I'd go out there and do it. And also, once they get to a certain size, you're better off putting straw or cardboard underneath them for the bottom of it doesn't rot. I've done some studying on this stuff. So, anyway, what I was going to talk about before we got on to food and talking about mac and cheese and shit is I was gonna talk about what I want. We talked about it before, but I wanted to talk about shoulder holsters again. The pros and cons. Do you like them? Don't you like them? But I'll save that for Saturday now, since it's already it's a minute to 8 o'clock. So
we could probably get through it quick.
No.
My side of it would be quick. Squid can't be quick about anything, but probably round out.
Growing Brussels sprouts there, New York Outcast. I'm going to have to put up I'm going to do it for the green beans, but you have to put up what's the word for it? Like a trestle for them to climb up on the green beans. I got to do that if I grow green beans, don't I? Unless I
Yeah, it's
plant them.
helpful, but you can get a piece of what do you call it? Jeez, can't think of it now. Lattice, like people put around their porches or whatever.
Yeah.
And you get a small piece of that and use that to
Or
run them up on.
Plant them in the same field with the corn and let them crawl up the corn.
Yeah. Take like the Three Sisters route.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, but shoulder holsters. I mean, we'll talk about it on Saturday. I'll leave that talk and give me a topic to write down on my pad to start with. So what I do now is for the rest of the week, I write down topics that catch my eye. We'll talk about. That's why some weeks are better than others. But if anybody out there wants to send in topics that you want Rick's opinion on, how I see it, send them on in, and I will tell you. So this was the first episode of Midweek Report. I'm not sure if it came out exactly like I was intending, but it was the first one. So it might get better with age. Or if you want me to go back to shooting with disabilities, I'll do that. But basically, this is what we've been doing on shooting with disabilities anyway. I would start off with stuff, then we would drift over into other stuff. And I did start off with something similar to do with disability, talking about having firearms in subsidized housing, because a lot of disabled people live in subsidized housing, so. Oh, I could butcher the cow. I don't have a problem shooting a cow.
Bullshit. You did it 20 years ago. When's the last time you butchered a cow in your kitchen?
Been a while. Now, I mean, once you learn how to do that stuff, you don't forget. But it's
Weren't
a lot
you complaining about having to lift that shit 20 years ago?
Do a poll for the people for what? What kind of poll? What kind of poll are you talking about, New York?
I have no idea about a poll.
You wrote it in there. In the chat.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. New York Outcast. Rick, do a poll.
It
It's
ain't me.
New Jersey Outcast. That's a J, not a Y. My mistake. I apologize. That's a J, not a New York, not an N-O. So my mistake. I just looked at it and glanced at it. So anyway, since my hour is up, I don't know how it went over, but I'll be back again next Wednesday with episode 2 of the Midweek Report. But I will also be back this Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern, the only time zone that matters, for my main show, Rick's Life as I See It, which basically is the same sort of stuff as this. I'm just catching you up on the stuff since Saturday to now. Then the next one will be, I could change the name of that one, couldn't I, to the Weekend Report? Because it would be stuff from now and to Saturday.
I don't know, man. I don't think you're supposed to report your life to the public like that. Maybe.
So I don't know.
I don't
know. We'll just go with it and see how it goes. I can always change it. Oh, Patriot in the Dark's out in the chat where he was meant to be in here. So, all right. So, also just real quick, want to mention, don't forget, no, shit, My mind's gone blank. I don't know why you're laughing. It's your company. My mind's gone blank. R&L, right?
R&L Displays.
Plays.com.
Yep.
Yep. I mean, I have the AR one that's sitting on my toolbox behind me. The table mount is sitting there, and right now my AR is sitting on the wall mount. It's all comes in the kit when you buy it, all the hardware and everything, that all you need. And he does handgun displays, and the AK's coming out soon, right? Or is it out already?
No, it's the clips are halfway processed. Was working on yesterday. Or process is probably the wrong word, but it's
I know
soon.
what you meant. Yeah. So all that, and what you call it, if you order anything at checkout, type in Rick's Life and get 15% discount. So can't go wrong.
Tabs are halfway processed, fabricated.
Okay.
Not clips, because people might think I'm referring to some type of magazine or anything. It's a tab for the magazine, so got to make that clear.
Yeah. So New Jersey Outcast. Did you like my quiz answer? I'll have to go look and see what you put in there. Oh, I'm glad you mentioned that, because the drawings this Saturday, isn't it? For the quiz. And what I wanted to know, why wasn't, hang on, let me bring it up because I don't want to be accused of getting it wrong again. I'm going to give it real easy because I think I've only got 2 correct answers so far, maybe 3. But what I want to know, in 1957, the Army done their test to come up with a new rifle to be used in the military. They held it at Springfield Armory in 1957, right? The actual M14 is the one they chose, but the A10 was there, right? And what I want to know is, why didn't the Army choose the A10? What happened? Why didn't they choose it? I'm practically giving you the answer. If I tell you any more, I might as well just tell you the answer and hope you copy it right. But that's what I want. Email me at rickslife@gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com. So, there you go. That's the quiz for the swag pack. And everybody else's, that there was, I think there was 1 or 2 people that I forgot to mail them. I got them all done and all out this weekend. They're gone. So I just want to say that. So you should be getting them any day now. So. All right. New York Outcast, you got any plugs or shout-outs?
Sure. I'd like to plug salad. Salad's good for you. If you're around, your people are happy, stick around, stick in the fight. Avoid Glocks, pay with cash, and just about every other, maybe every third thing Squib says does make some sense. That's all I got. Have a great night.
All right. Squib, you got any closing remarks?
No, I was too busy eating sandwiches. Okay. I made sure I put double American cheese on there.
All right.
Fake ass cheese.
1 slice of yellow American, 1 slice of white American. Double cheese.
Anything else on the sandwich?
Well, yeah, I put a salad on it. I put some lettuce and tomato, ham, and turkey both, multiple slices. And of course, on both pieces of wheat bread, slathered with Hellman's mayonnaise. Slathered.
Huh? Actually, that doesn't sound bad, actually. I might take the cheese off, but
Slice of tomato, some lettuce, double meat, double mayo.
yeah, I don't have a problem with all that except for I would more likely if I was making it, I wouldn't have put the cheese on. So, but if you offered me one, I would eat it with the cheese on. So, I eat cheese. I just don't, American cheese is a couple of molecules short of plastic. That's all I'm saying, So, American cheese is good for grilled cheese sandwiches. So, but I don't have any. I use cheddar now for my grilled cheese sandwiches. That's why I'm so broke. I use the expensive shit. So, all right. That's it. I'm getting out of here. So, I want to say thank you to everybody who stopped by this evening. I really do appreciate it. I'm not sure what you were looking for. I hope it. Not sure what you're looking for. I hope you found something out of it. Anyway, that kept you here for the hour. So I really do appreciate it. And I will see you all next Wednesday at 7 p.m., but also this Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern, the only time zone that matters. So, good night, everybody. Where's my thing? I lost my, oh no, I lost my, where'd the button go? There it is. All right, so good night, everybody. Goodbye, Sabrina. It just doesn't sound